Well, I kind of started my camera a little bit too quick, but I'm trying to get it adjusted just right. I've been making some panels, trying to make a room divider. My wife was wanting one, and so I'm trying to make that. And the same thing, I got some lumbers bowed a little bit, blah, 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 and everything. That's just, that's just part of it. I got some stain here I've had for a few years. I about forgot about I even had it. And mess around and spill it, what I wind up doing. Right now it is raining. It's not what's called monsooning, but it has been raining steady now for a while. I'm going to try to make something to put in there in the sort of like a backdrop for the cameras for the cats. She does all these videos and everything for them. And we could have bought something, I'm sure, off Amazon or something, but everything else in our house is wood. So I said, well, I just, I need to use some of this wood anyway, because molding and everything else out under the tarp, I had the worst luck with lumber of any man I know. Me and lumber just don't get along, don't seem like. I toted some of it out yesterday, picking out some of the best boards I could find, and every one of them just got black stains on it, wet, mold-like stuff on it. So I should have, whenever I stacked it off out there, I should have put some little furring strips in between each layer where I had room for it to breathe. And I didn't do it, So I moved some out here to another place where I have some lumber, and I cut me some strips and put out there under that, in between them. So, but again, like I say, it's kind of late now. I don't have to sand them or something, or try to get that black looking crap off of it. Should have paid more attention. That's like everything else. When you got a lot of iron, as I always say, I got a lot of irons in the fire. Between work, and I'm still working, between work and home. Still got a lot of stuff to do. And plus, I was wanting to try to start doing a little different on what we eat for the food and everything, because everything's got so many additives in it. I just bought me a bag at the bread store. I bought a little powder coated mini donuts and about 16 honey buns. Like, just crazy calories and everything in that, and carbs and all that sugar and all that other mess in it. And here I am talking about wanting to eat right, and I bought all that crap. But, it just seems like, now it's all kind of coming out about all this additives in the food and everything. It's almost like our government back in the 70s was wanting to try to kill off some of the population or something. I mean, they let the FDA approve all kind of stuff. I mean, you know, you can have a certain amount of freaking chemical pesticides and herbicides on the damn crops that we're going to be eating. And then they take, like for the flour, they take all the natural ingredients out so to have a longer shelf life and put in all this artificial stuff that's supposed to be good for you, supposedly. I just don't get it. You know, like I say, it just seemed like our government was trying to kill off part of the population or something. I mean, that's where all this artificial stuff is just waiting for the cancer to just jump on it, you know, and kill you. I mean, I don't understand this. I mean, over in Europe, like if a certain food, like McDonald's French fries, over there it's got 3 ingredients in McDonald's French fries. McDonald's French fries here has got 11 ingredients. How in the world is that? That makes no sense. Europe don't even classify our bread as bread. They say it's not even classified as bread, and they won't even sell it over there. If they, I mean, I guess they could ship it over there and sell it, but they said our bread really has no nutritional value to it. And I see all these people online, they're on YouTube and everything, you know, grinding their own wheat berries, they call it. You know, God, I mean, that stuff is just so expensive, and you would think, since it's organically grown, they're not having to spray it with pesticide or herbicides or all this stuff like that. Why is it so much higher than other grains? Or just like anything organic is higher than the regular stuff. And why is that? I mean, because you're not spraying it with pesticide, you're not spraying it for herbicides, you know, control weeds. So why is it higher than the stuff that is being sprayed with all that crap? Because that herbicides and pesticide, all that stuff is ridiculously high. So I don't understand. I guess I ain't supposed to, I reckon. But it makes no sense to me why that stuff is so high. I just don't get it. Like I say again, I guess I'm not supposed to. But it's just really crazy how high. And don't get me wrong, I would love to eat organic stuff. I really would. No, that's too short. Well, crap. Oh, cracker. But I would like to make my own flour, you know. My Lord, it's just, everything is just so high. You have to buy your own meal, then you got to buy that organic wheat berries, they call it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, don't get wrong, that bread I seen them making everything on YouTube, man, that's some beautiful bread. I swear it looks really, really good. But our government thought it was better to take all the natural stuff out that's good for you and put in artificial crap in there. Nothing artificial is good for you. I don't give a damn what it is. Any kind of artificial ingredients is not your body. It's all man-made chemical crap. I mean, your body don't know how to digest it or how to absorb it or anything because it's not natural. But, you know, everybody, you know, looks at me like I got horns growing out of my head when I start talking about this kind of stuff. And all I can see is the top part of my head. But I don't know. I mean, it just seems like, you know, like I said, it just seemed like our government was trying to kill us for some reason. I have no idea why. That's the impression I get. 15 3/8. It's not even 15. 15 1/4. That's really narrow down here. Well, what can you do? You know, I mean, seriously. I mean, if you try to buy all organic stuff, it's just, you know, your grocery bill is going to be at least probably a third higher than what it normally is, just because you're trying to buy, you know, the organic stuff. So, I don't know. There's not a good answer to anything, it don't seem like. Anyway, I'm going to stop this for right now. Because I got to cut some board. Y'all don't need to hear that saw running. So I'll just stop it for now. We're back again. I got this one here kind of nailed together. I wish I had some 1.5-inch brad nails, and I thought I did, but I had 1.5-inch staples. I got 1.25 inches, but this wood is 3/4, so it's only putting like a 1/2 inch into that. That's not a lot. I like what I had 1.5 inches, but I don't have them, so oh well. I guess I could have used screws, but I didn't really have any screws the right length. There's always some kind of little catch or something or other about every day on thing you do when you're trying to do something like this and thinking you got everything you need and you don't. So, luckily I have some stain. It's about almost the same color as this flooring right here. This is some flooring that came with our RV when we bought it. That's what they had put down in there, and they had a bunch left over. And so I've been cutting it up and everything, making like a little panel, just something to kind of not make the panel there look so bland. I mean, this is good flooring. I mean, it's 1/2 inch, I think. 1/2 inch tongue and groove flooring. They put it in that motorhome, and they glued this mess down in that motorhome. Man, needless to say, that was a nightmare to get out. I didn't think I was going to ever get all that flooring out of there. I chiseled and scraped, and I didn't think I was going to ever get that mess. I finally got it. Man, it took a while. And it's still raining. I don't think that's going to change a lot today and tomorrow. It's supposed to be rain like this tomorrow too, I think. The bad thing about it, I was talking with my wife a while ago, when it rains like this, it don't never evaporate. I mean, the ground stays boggy and mucky, everything, because there's no heat and no sun much to, get rid of it. So that's the other problem you have when it rains, when it's cold in the wintertime like this. Got slop around and muck and mess and everything. The whole last winter. All right, let's see what I can do now. I need another paper towel. My nose is running 90 miles an hour. I don't know how all this is going to turn out yet. I mean, I've never done anything like this before. Oh, crap. I just seen a piece of a nail come out. That's not good. That means I got something jammed up. Well, let's see. Yeah, there's a little piece of something there. Well, I guess I better get another sleeve. Another sleeve ain't gonna fit in there yet. Let's try it again. Something's jammed up. Oh, that's great. Always something. I don't know what's jammed. I don't see nothing right down here. Yeah, I do see something right there. Let's see. Well, let's try that. Well, I declare, Always something. Yeah, there it is right there. Another nail in there. All right. Now let's try it again. Yeah, seems like it's working. All right. Well, I think we got it that time. We run out of nails. Part of it might not even got nailed. I don't know where it run out at. See a nail there. I see a nail there. Well, they all got in there. All right. That's 4 of them. Don't look too bad. One nail right there. I need to try to drive it on in. And that one there. Couple of them didn't go in all the way. Let's see. Get my hammer. All right. Well, that's 4. Some of them try to come through a little bit. Which that's all right. Only got one more left. And this one here got kind of an odd, kind of like a bluish looking thing to it. I've had them before like that. I don't know what that is or what causes that. I guess it really don't matter. It's just odd looking. It's an odd looking color. No big deal or anything. Now getting back to the, I was talking about earlier about all this stuff in our foods and everything. And I said it seemed like the government was trying to kill us all. I mean, I can't say that they weren't. I mean, China did the same thing a long time ago. Started off with some of their people. I mean, I'm talking about it was like millions. It wasn't just thousands. Their own people starved them to death. Now, something's really wrong with that picture. This stuff is not even. I cut all these things. Why is that so uneven up here? Always something. We'll snip a little bit of this off. I'm sticking just, normally I wouldn't even worry about it, but I'm sticking it just a little bit higher than what I like. Just snip off just a little bit. Now let's see what that looks like. But I don't understand how we got that point where we was putting all these chemicals, in our food. All this food coloring and everything, I mean, of course, it's all marketing, especially on food color. I don't care what color it is, as long as it tastes fine, I don't care. But they try to attract kids, little kids, especially in cereals and stuff, and candies and potato chips and everything, stuff like that. They figure if they can, of course, now don't get me wrong, food coloring has been around forever. I know back in the 70s when I worked at the grocery chain, we had food coloring then, right on the spice aisle, where you sold all these spices and everything. They have food coloring, yellow, red, green, I think blue. Had all kind of food coloring. Or back then, I didn't know anything about being bad for you. I mean, I figured if we're selling it there, you know, you can use it in food and everything, I figured it was safe to eat. Shows you how intelligent I was. But, you know, seemed like anything foreign you put in your body tries to fight it, you know. And then some of that stuff, you know, it can't fight and it gets latched into your body system and everything. That's what cancer is more or less a parasite. Is technically what a cancer is, I think, from what I've seen online and everything. And people that has talked about it, you know, how to cure it and everything, man, they get hushed up real quick on there. They don't want people to know what's been going on, which can't say that we're ignorant. It's just we think everything the government tells us is fine, and it's not. The FDA, which is the Federal Drug and Administration, I believe that's what the FDA stands for. I just can't understand why other countries don't have all this stuff in their food. Why do we think it's all right to put it in our food? And we're the most obese nation in the world is the United States. And for my life, I mean, everything is some kind of bioengineered meats and stuff and everything. I mean, because if you figure out all the places that sells hamburgers, we don't butcher enough cows to supply enough hamburger meat for all these hamburger places. So where is that coming from? A lot of bioengineered processed type, some kind of meat byproducts. It's got some soybean meal or something other in it and everything. Just like this one guy on there, he did a test where he took a McDonald's burger. I think it was a Burger King burger. And I think someplace like Five Guys. It was a meal. It had French fries and a burger. And he took them, just set them to the side. Well, when he got around to opening them things up, the Five Guys, which was all meat, man, it plumb rotted like it should have been. So it stunk to the high heaven, you know, it plumb black. French fries were just, you know, terrible looking. Burger King's was getting there, but McDonald's burger, it looked just like it did the day he bought it. And if I'm not mistaken, that same guy let that thing sit there for several months. And he took it back out again, and it still looked like the day he bought it. Hadn't rotted, didn't have no mold on it or anything. It still looked just like it did when he bought it. Several months later now, you tell me, and people just eating them things out the bar. Everybody thinks McDonald's is the place to eat. I personally ain't never liked McDonald's. I ain't never liked the burgers because they didn't even taste like meat to me way back then. Don't get wrong, I've eaten some. Yeah, because we was in town one time, that was all there was. Grab something to eat was a McDonald's, and you know. But I've never liked McDonald's. Me, I always liked Hardee's. Hardee's or Burger King. Burger King's a lot more popular around here than Hardee's. We got one Hardee's this way over in another town. But all this stuff has got this bioengineered meat byproducts mixed in with, I guess, a little bit of meat. And we're eating this stuff just hand over fist. Only thing and French fries. I don't know how in the world. I mean, I cook fried potatoes all the time. I take a russet potato, I clean it, wash it, slice it up, and fry it. Man, that's some of the best eating in the world. I know some French fries I eat, it's where I guess they ground the potatoes up and then they form it into like a crinkle fry or whatever, or curly fry. I mean, it's not, I guess it used to be a potato, but it had a bunch of other stuff in with it. From what I heard, especially at McDonald's, they got 11 ingredients in a McDonald's fry. I don't know how you can have that many ingredients in a fry. So I don't know. I just don't understand how that works. It don't make no logical sense at all. So I'm still trying to cipher that one out. But anyway, it is what it is. And I ain't knocking nobody. If they want to eat McDonald's, more power to them. I just personally don't care nothing about eating there. Of course, personally, I don't like eating out much at all anyway. Now, we had Chinese last night, and it was good. We'll do that every now and then, Chinese or Japanese, one or the other. I can't guarantee you that's chicken that they serve me. We get the sesame chicken. I can't guarantee you that's what that is. I have no way of knowing. But we gotten to the point where everybody wants to eat out. I really don't really care. Don't get wrong. Like I said, we eat out some every now and then. We'll do a Captain D's one week. Next week we'll do maybe Chinese or Japanese, and some weeks we don't eat out at all. We'll take it, and I'll cook something inside, and like that we call it Chick-fil-A, because it's chicken tenders is what I'll cut up a chicken breast, and I'll mix me up some milk and an egg white, and roll it in that, and then I'll take and put it in a bag with some flour, and then I'll deep fry it. And man, that stuff is good. And then I'll cook some kind of potatoes with it. Fry them. Like I say, like I do to my rustics, I just take and do whatever, whatever kind we want. If I want the thin, long fries or the thick potato wedges, whatever, And I like it. My opinion, you can't beat it. And I know a lot of people, some people just don't have the time. They won't like to have it, because I'm semi-retired, even though I'm working full time. That's, I work Monday through Wednesday, 10 hours each day. And then Thursdays I work to 12 to 6 hours. I get 36 hours a week. So I get my full time, still considered full time. So I get, my full time benefits, insurance and everything. But I just, some people, they live off of fast food, and I just don't know how people can do that. The only time I did that was whenever I was working out of town, back when I worked for Vulcan Materials, and I didn't like it. I always try to find one of them buffet places, that have fried chicken or some kind of fried pork chops, or they have some, it's kind of like home cooking in a way. Because I just do not like just burgers. Every now and then, fine. Man, all the time. And pizza. People love to eat pizza. We eat one every now and then. Every couple of weeks, we get a frozen DiGiorno pizza. Because pizza that these pizza places got so high, especially if you get one like you really want. We like that stuffed crust pizza. And it got so damn blame high. It started out, it was like $16 at Little Caesars. Finally, it went up to like $21, $22 for one pizza. So we quit that and just started getting DiGiorno. They make a supreme stuffed crust, and that's what we started getting was that. I mean, it's crazy what someone wants for some of this stuff. My Lord have mercy. But like I say again, it's just like for whatever what people want. But we really need to be mindful of what we eat, and don't get me wrong. Again, people like what they like, but need to be careful. Well, ain't nobody gonna look after us except ourselves. The government, I can tell you right now, the government, like I say, I almost get depression sometimes. They're trying to kill off some of the population by letting, them put all this stuff in our foods. Again, I could be wrong. I have my opinion, and I like my opinions. All right, this is going to be it for any recording. Y'all don't need to. Then I'll just take and put this daggone stuff together, and like I did the other ones. And then I'll be done. This will be the last one. It's 3:58 too. It's about time to go and start fixing some supper. Y'all have a good day. Enjoy life.